Good morning students. Today class we are going to discuss about Kirchhoff's laws. So these Kirchhoff's laws are used to simplify solving the complex circuits. So let us see what are these laws and where we can apply these laws. Okay. So we have two laws of Kirchhoff's. Kirchhoff's first law. It is also called as KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, or junction rule. Okay. So what is Kirchhoff's current law or junction rule? So first know what is a junction? A point where more than 3 or 4 points, so more than 2 points will connect, right? So if we take in our area, where is junction means where 2 or 3 roads will meet, more than 2 roads will meet, that is called what? A junction. Same way here, when more than 2 conductors, current carrying conductors meet at a point, that point is considered as called what? Junction. So here we are not considering the roads, here we are considering the current carrying conductors, where more than 2 or 3 conductors meet at that point is considered as what? A junction. So let us take that. According to this rule, I am taking five conductors, all are current carrying conductors. Assume that each are connected a small resistor. So let us consider the current carrying towards here is I1, this is I2, this is I3, I4 and I5. So at this point O, three conductors are meeting at O, and from that meeting point they combined and move as two currents. According to Kirchhoff, he said that the current flowing towards the junction is positive and the current moving away from junction is taken as negative. So now let us apply this condition here. How many currents are moving towards the junction? 3, right? So what are the current moving towards the junction here? I1 plus I2 plus I3, right? All are moving towards junction. And what are the currents moving away from junction? Two currents. What are the two currents? I4 and I5. So they consider as I4 and I5. This is equals to what? 0. According to Kirchhoff. That implies I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to I4 plus I5. So this is the statement of Kirchhoff. What is the statement? What are these currents? These are the currents coming towards the junction and these are the currents moving away from the junction. So we can define Kirchhoff's current law as the algebraic sum of all the currents moving toward the junction is equal to algebraic sum of all the currents moving away from the junction. So we can write as, this is the statement of first law, the algebraic sum of all the currents, the algebraic sum of all the currents moving towards the junction is equal to algebraic sum of all the currents moving away from the junction. Okay, so the algebraic sum of all the currents moving toward the junction is equal to algebraic sum of all the currents moving away from the junction. Now this can also be written as what? The algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction is equal to what? 0. That's it. The algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction is 0. Now, on which law is based, ma? See here, all the charges that is coming toward the junction combine and move from the junction. So, significance, this is very important for 1 mark. Significance of this law is what? On which base it explained? Law of what is conserved here? The total charge is conserved. So, law of conservation of charge. Law of conservation of charge. Okay, this is Kirchhoff's current law. And first law is completed. So, first law is based on what? It explained about currents, and the significance is law of conservation of charge. So, according to that law, the algebraic sum of all the currents moving towards the junction is equal to algebraic sum of all the currents moving away from the junction. Next one is based on voltage. Voltage law. This is also called as loop rule. As we know, what is loop? Any closed means if any particle or a charge undergoes different circumstances, finally comes to its same position, that is called what as loop. So, according to Kirchhoff's voltage loop, here the law, the total EMF in a closed loop is equal to algebraic sum of product of current and resistance. So, according to the statement, the total EMF in a closed loop is equal to what? Algebraic sum of product of current and resistance. Let us apply an example. So, let us take a closed loop. Here we connected two resistors, R1 and R2. The current flowing is I. Because it is connected in series combination, current is I, and EMF of the battery is small e. So, here E equals to, according to the statement we can write as E is equals to what, ma? I into R1 plus I into R2. The total EMF in a closed loop is equal to algebraic sum of product of current and resistance, or that implies E minus IR1 minus IR2 is equals to what? 0. So, we can write as the total potential difference in a closed loop is equal to 0. Okay. So, here while the current is moving from negative to positive. We should consider as current is potential is negative. Okay, it is moving from negative to positive, consider as negative. It is moving from positive to negative, consider as positive. That is the condition we have to apply. So this law is based on law of conservation of energy. So Kirchhoff's current law is based on law of conservation of charge, whereas Kirchhoff's voltage is based on what? Law of conservation of energy. So these two laws, how we can apply? Let's see. That is the utmost important question of this chapter. Already I said that previous question, cells in parallel. Now Wheatstone bridge. These two questions, every time out of these two questions only you are getting the question. 5 marks ma. Very very important. So what is the question is? The question is very very important for 5 marks ma. Sure question. What is that is? Deduce the balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. So we have to deduce the balancing condition of what? Wheatstone bridge. So what is a Wheatstone bridge? Let us draw. I will draw you. It is a quadrilateral having 4 resistors along its 4 sides. Okay, let us give the names of these resistors as PQ, RS. In between these resistors, we connected a device called a new device. We don't know till now about this device, that is called G. What is G here? G is called galvanometer. It is a device used to detect the flow of current, means whether the current is flowing through the galvanometer or not. Whether the current is flowing through a circuit or not. So it is used to detect the flow of current. It has the ability to find the direction of current. We have 2 devices. For example, ammeter. Ammeter is a device used to measure the current, but it does not find the direction of current. But here galvanometer is a device, it is used to detect the current as well as the direction of current. That is the function of galvanometer. This has also having resistance G. Let G be the resistance of the galvanometer. Okay. Now this is connected to a battery. Of potential V. Let us take that here more than 2 points conductors has been connected, so current is what? Flowing I. This junction is B and this point is C and this point is D. Now we have to apply the current here, junction law. What happens when the current comes to here? The current has to divide into 2 parts. This is I1 and this is I2. Okay. Again I1 came here. Again 2 conductors are there. It has to flow along these 2 conductors. So let us assume the current flowing through the conductor or galvanometer is Ig and along Q is I3. Next, I2 and Ig are connecting towards D and the current flowing through S is I4. So what we said that when you connect this bridge to battery, the current starts to flow. When it come to here, now it is connected to parallel combination. Current divides into 2 parts. One is I1 along P, I2 along R. When again I1 came here, again it has 2 conductors. So again it is divided to Ig and I3. Here I2 and Ig are coming towards D. So final current is what? I4. Okay. So now we have to apply Kirchhoff's current law as well as voltage law here. Let us apply Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law. Where we can apply? Here we got one junction, right? More than two conductors are meeting, so applying Kirchhoff's current law. KCL means what? Kirchhoff's current law at junction B. What is Kirchhoff's current law? The algebraic sum of all the currents moving toward the junction is equal to sum of current moving away from the junction. See at B clearly. What are the currents coming towards the junction? Only I1. What are the currents moving away? Ig and I3. So I1 is equals to Ig plus I3. Okay. Similarly, apply KCL at junction D. Now, what are the currents coming towards junction here, ma? See clearly, we should not neglect Ig. I2 is coming towards D, Ig also coming towards D. Combined, we got I4. So, I2 plus Ig is equals to I4. Okay, successfully we applied KCL. Now, we have to apply what? KVL. How many loops we got? See, A, B, D, A, one loop. B, C, D, B also one loop. So, apply KVL for loop. First loop A, B, D, A. Apply ಮಾಡಿ. You can say that total EMF is 0 because there is no external battery connected here in that loop. External battery here connected, but in that loop there is no external source. So EMF is what? 0. Is equals to what? Algebraic sum of product of current and resistance. So here current is moving clockwise. So potential considered as negative. What is the potential? I into R. So minus I1 into P. Current clockwise, potential is negative, vice versa. If current is anti-clockwise, potential is positive. Again, this current is flowing here. Current is Ig and resistance is G. So it is also clockwise. So minus Ig into G. After coming here, see now this is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So positive plus I2 into R. Minus send minus that side. What do you get? I1P plus IgG equals to I2 into R. Okay, this is considered equation number 1. Now one more loop is there. You can apply easily directly. Apply KVL for loop BC DB. Apply KVL for BC DB. See, this is clockwise. Here any extra source is there? No. 0. Clockwise means potential is negative, minus I3 into Q. This is anti-clockwise. I4 into plus. This also we have to consider. What is this? Anti-clockwise. So plus Ig into G. Finally, what you get? I3Q send that side. I3Q is equals to I4 plus Ig G. Now there is one important condition of Wheatstone bridge. That is what? At balancing condition. See, when the bridge is balanced, have you seen? I went to market that when both sides are equal, the pointer shows zero deflection, right? When there is weight of more, then it deflects towards that side, right? So when both are balanced, the pointer shows zero deflection. So we can say that that condition we have to apply at balancing condition. Current through the galvanometer is 0, means no current flows through the galvanometer. So we are deriving balancing condition, right? So we have to apply this condition. Ig equals to 0. Then what happens? I1 equals to I3 here. Similarly, I2 is equals to I4. Okay. See here only is there Ig equals to 0, then I1 equals to I3, Ig equals to 0, I2 is equals to I4. Here I can apply for equation 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 also you can apply that. What you get, ma? This is 0 means total term 0. Sorry, this is 0 means total term 0. What you get? I1P is equals to I2 into R. Similarly, I1P is equals to I2 into R. Similarly, what, ma? I3Q is equals to I4 into S. So now divide these two equations, 3 and 4. 3 by 4 is equals to I1P by I3Q, that equals to I2R by I4. Yes. So here we got I1 equals to I3, I2 equals to I4. Substitute the values. I1 is equals to I3 means I3P by I3Q is equals to I4R by I4 into yes. I3 cancel, I4 cancel. Therefore, what is the balancing condition? P by Q is equals to R by yes. So this is the balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. So we have taken a quadrilateral. In this 4 sides we connected 4 resistors, namely P, Q, R, S. When connected to battery, the current starts to flow. When it comes to a point A, the current is divided to I1 and I2, and when it comes to B, the current again has to divide. Some current has to flow through galvanometer, that is Ig, some current has to flow through Q, that is I3. Here I2 and Ig combine and get I4. Now we are applying Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law here. First, to apply Kirchhoff's current law, we required junction. So we got junctions B and D. What is applying Kirchhoff's current law junction B? What do you get? The current flowing through towards B is I1 and moving away is Ig and I3. So I1 equals to Ig plus I3. Similarly at D, I2 and Ig are coming, I4 is moving away. So I2 plus Ig equals to I4. Now applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, it is very important that clockwise current is positive whereas potential is negative. So here the current is flowing clockwise, potential is I1 into P, so negative 0 is equals to minus I1P minus IgG and minus I plus I2R. Similarly here minus I3Q plus IgG plus I4S we apply. We are taking only one condition, that at balancing condition current through galvanometer is 0, so we got I1 equals to I3, I2 is equals to I4. Similarly, I1P equals to I2R, I3Q is equals to I4. Yes, dividing this equation we got the condition as P by Q is equals to R by S. This is very very important, dear students. So please go through the class without fail. It will helpful to write in exams easily. Thank you.